See me in the streets and whoop, whoop, whoop. Come on, everybody. What's going on out there in the world today? It's your boy, the real Ben Taylor. Let's chat on the BS that's happened in the last few days of the world of sports. The homie Shedeur been going through some bullshit. Y'all check this out, man. We definitely gonna rap on it. How they gonna put this man out there like he's gonna be in the first round? He get prank called and then don't go to the fifth round. I mean, I think I'm saying that right. And instead of going anywhere that he wanted to go, he ended up going to the Browns. That's the whole thing. Let's talk about it. Matter of fact, let's talk about that first. But in addition to this, we also got the NBA playoffs right now. Is LeBron and them going to make it? I don't know. They might not make it past the Timberwolves. We'll have to see what happens. And also in the world of baseball, seems like there is, evidently, some really power teams that's out there on the West Coast. And that's not to exclude the Mets. Yankees still hanging in there, but they trying to do what they can. But before we talk about any of that, we got to chat on what's going on with the homie Shedeur. Not only did he get snubbed, some say, but he also got pranked on some frat boys on some bullshit. And that just adds to the fire. There's a lot of folks saying that it was this, was that, could have been this, could have been that. But what we know is that he definitely wasn't drafted. So let's speak on why we think that he definitely wasn't drafted in the first round. Let's speak on why we think that might have happened. Whether or not it's because Pop Duke's too big of a personality or not, I don't know. This is Sports Show, Stand Up Sports Bar. Let's go! Alrighty, so as I reported before, Stand Up Sports Bar is now reporting that Deion Sanders' son, Mr. Shedeur Sanders, of course, was not given a chance to go away and to go to a team in the first round of that draft. And a lot of folks believe that he should have been a first round draft pick. A lot of folks believe he shouldn't have been a first round draft pick. In fact, the matter he wasn't. Not only was he not a first round draft pick, the dude got pranked and was convinced to believe he did expect, or he should have expected to be drafted in the first round. And I just want to know from the panel, because we do have the illustrious Bad Ty Bricks in his house here to talk about this today as well. We also got the only Bo Bizarns in this bit. We got Solo Jones, top and bottom, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of, salt and pepper, completely separated from, from the head to the face. And we just want to chat on what exactly is going on and why is it that Shedeur ended up where he did. Is what this frat boy did something that impacted the draft in a way that he didn't expect it to? Did he get enough punishment? Is it okay to just apologize? I mean, there's a lot going on with this whole thing. So I'm just wondering, man, sound off, jump ball, open mic, just speak out.
Well, first of all, he was not only a frat boy, he was the son of the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. So what happened was the NFL gave each player that's going to get drafted a special cell phone just for the draft. He saw the number on his daddy's pad and copied the number and called him. And that's how it happened.
Yeah. But when that happened, though, like, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, how irresponsible it was for him to leave his iPad open at his house. And there's a degree to that. But I would just think that I don't put as much on the coach as I do the son for going out of his way, Ty, and making this call. I just feel like it was egregious. Have y'all heard the call? If you haven't heard the call, okay, let's go ahead and listen to the call, and let's talk about how egregious it is on the other side of it. This is actually the call that was made to Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur.
Hey, is this Shedeur? This is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints. How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
It's ain't gonna be nothing there.
But you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh my God! He bought it. So, for what? For laughs, for likes, for views?
Hey, first of all, this is not the first time that an NFL player has been pranked in the draft. This is not the first time this happened. So the NFL is saying that they're going to make a more stricter
This
policy.
is day 3, so now I gotta have my phone.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You said they're gonna put phones with.
they're going to have a more stricter policy next time. But it's not the first time this happened in a draft. So it ain't like it's never happened before. It has happened before.
When did it? What happened before?
Players have got these phony calls before in the past.
Oh,
This one was just documented on the internet, but it ain't the first time it's happened to a player.
It does feel targeted at the popularity of the Sanders family. What say you, Ty, and then Solo? What are your thoughts on what's going on here?
I mean, it looks like it's an obvious move in that direction. I mean, the young man recorded all of this,
Right.
so he clearly wanted to be acknowledged for doing this. So it's sad. It's actually sad because you look at the draft and what it means to these young men who work their asses off to get to the position to be acknowledged or even be taken in the NFL draft. I mean, this is a dream come true for a lot of them. And for somebody like Shedeur, who had high aspirations on being a first round draft pick, and to watch him kind of slip, and then you get that call that you've been waiting for so long, or you think you get that call, only for somebody to like really be playing with you. And it's like, I could imagine how he felt in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because he still didn't get drafted after that call was made. It still took a while for him to get drafted, and to sit there with that level of anticipation after you just got pranked, like
Yeah.
it had to like, if he has any amount of ego, which I can almost guarantee he does.
Yeah.
In that moment, he was humbled. He was very much humbled. If the whole experience wasn't humbling enough, this definitely was something that humbled him in that moment. But it's not. I think that the coach who decided to leave his iPad around his son, whom he knows who his son is. We all, as parents, know who our kids are. We know if we have responsible, mature kids, or we got some knuckleheads for sons or daughters. We know our kids. So that was very irresponsible on his behalf to leave that out, if that was the case at all. Because I don't know if the dad could have been part of it. I wouldn't put it past nobody.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this whole Shedeur situation just feels wrong. It just doesn't feel right. Now, we talked a little bit about this last night, and I told you I know why this happened, and it's his dad's fault. It's Dion's fault.
Oh shit.
Dion decided that it would be a good idea to be on a talk show and make comments such as, "I'm going to control where my son goes and who he signs with." Now, this is not like unfamiliar territory. Eli Manning did this in a draft one year where he got drafted by the San Diego Chargers, and him and his father decided that they were not going to play for the Chargers. Under no circumstances were they going to play for the Chargers. And the Chargers were forced to scramble and make a trade that they didn't really want to make, but they had to because the quarterback didn't want to play for their team. and they made a trade with the Giants and wound up sending Eli to New York. So this is it just feels wrong because I understand that a lot of organizations wouldn't want to take that risk, not knowing whether or not this player will play for their team or not, and that's kind of the risk you run by making comments like what Dion said. I understand being a father. I understand protecting your son, wanting to protect your son, but you at some point have to let go and allow him to become a man. And the only way that he's going to be able to become a man is if you stop holding his hand. And so this was unfortunate for Shedeur, not only Shedeur, but also Shiloh, because a lot of people aren't talking about the fact that Shiloh didn't get drafted at all. Shiloh got lucky and was signed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as an unrestricted free agent, but there's no guarantee that he'll make the team. He just got drafted, but you still got to make the roster.
Is that indicative of his lack of talent, or is that somebody saying I just don't want a part of the Sanders show, and I don't want to have to deal with the antics that come along with hiring somebody that's in the Sanders family? We know the spectacle that is Deion Sanders and everything around him, and sometimes folks just don't want to have to deal with the stress of everything being under that microscope. What say you? Why didn't he actually get drafted? Because I've heard you before speak on the lack of talent of Shiloh, if I can say so myself. So
Shiloh, to his defense, Shiloh was probably in the top 5 safeties in the draft. Shiloh is good enough to play in the NFL. Shiloh actually got his own agent now. He did separate from his father. Shiloh has his own agent.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yeah.
So you think that he's worthy of that title, top 5 safety?
I think he was at least the top 10. He was good enough to make the NFL as a safety.
Ty?
I mean, he's got the size. He has all of the necessary abilities and traits to be a successful player in the NFL. So yeah, he's good enough to make the NFL. He shouldn't have gone on undrafted. I'll say that. 5th, 6th, 7th round, fine. Fine by me. But not getting drafted at all, no teams taking a look at him. It all felt like Deion's comments hit home for the NFL, and a lot of owners took offense to it. And what they did was basically block the Sanders from getting into a higher pick.
But now
real quick shout out to the IG comments. VV Saya says that the Sanders NIL, is this true? The Sanders NIL deal is worth more than his contract. He got more for his college deal than his contract.
I told you that.
Yeah. See, he may make as much as $4 million by going in the 5th round. If he'd won in the 1st round, it'd been around $40 million. So by him going in the 5th round, he'd make around $4 million. But he's already making that more than that in NIL deals and sponsorships.
So did he have to go to the draft yet? Did he have to go?
Yeah, he was the senior.
Oh, so people, I remember Chris Winkie, and I remember folks playing like for 5 years. I'm not saying he should have, but
Let's if you get redshirted. You get an extra year if you're redshirted your first.
Now back to Deion's comment. What makes it any different than what Deion did than what Archie Manning did? So why is Deion a bad guy and Archie Manning not a bad guy?
Ty?
Well, see, that's the thing. It's not that he's a bad guy. I never said he was a bad guy. I said it was his fault. And I stand by that. It was not right when Archie Manning did it. It wasn't right when Deion did it. The thing about it, the real issue this year in this draft, because the year that Eli came out. It was a quarterback heavy draft. I believe. Who do we have out of that? Phillip Rivers came out of that draft. Eli Manning. Shoot, man, I'd have to pull up the draft. I don't have the draft right in front of me, but I believe it was a heavy quarterback laden draft. This was not a heavy quarterback laden draft. Usually in the draft, and y'all can speak to this as well, quarterbacks usually go pretty early in most drafts. This year, we only had one quarterback go early, and then you got Jackson Dart at like the 28th pick or 20 whatever pick he was, being the second quarterback overall picked in the draft. And then after that, you had Tyler. No. Who was the third quarterback to be picked? Tyler Show?
Gabriel
for the Saints.
I know Dylan went in the third round.
Okay,
Dylan Gabriel.
So,
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, Dylan. You had Dylan Gabriel go. You had Jalen Milroe go, but it was very much spread out where they went.
But check this out. Let's look at the business of football. You've been drafting quarterbacks for years that don't pay off. So they pay quarterbacks a lot of money. So most of the team might have been looking at, we need to get some more quality players. Even if we do get a quarterback, we need somebody to protect them, and we need a defense that can stop people. And why money don't make it through the league, a lot of them don't even make it. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving them a lot of money to sit on the bench. So maybe teams are saying, hey, this time we need to get some quality players on both sides of the ball, and then we'll get the quarterback, because the quarterbacks coming out of the draft are not always going to make it. So we're giving them a lot of money for nothing. So they look at it that way. And also, let's look at the fact that Shedeur. NFL, the NFL network, the ESPN network, and all the radio shows, everybody was waiting to see when Shedeur Sanders was going to go. So guess how much money they made by keeping people watching, selling sponsorship and advertising to the 144 pick. People would have stopped watching that draft if Shedeur would have got a pick in the first round. That's all people wanted to see. So they made some money off keeping him to the 144 pick also.
Is there any legitimacy to that? Because that sounds like a conspiracy theory.
It is a conspiracy theory. It is of mine. But when you look at the numbers, who else you going to wait to see get drafted other than Shedeur Sanders in the draft? Who are people going to stick around for 4 or 5 days to watch?
Well, just to that point, Bo Pete, nobody really after the second round, nobody really watches the draft. Like you hear the picks as they come in, but nobody watches it because they're not like, the players aren't coming up anymore. So,
but they did this time. They watched the whole draft till Shedeur got picked. This time they did watch the draft.
Well, when you said they, like who are you referring to? Like they watch it? Like you talking about the analysts and everybody?
The public stuck around to watch this draft this time. People were tuning in to this draft. I had comedy shows, and we had it on in the green room, and we had it on our phones and everything. People were trying to see when Shedeur Sanders going to get drafted. So people did watch longer than they normally would in this draft. They did.
Well, that was my point, is not, like, nobody's physically actually watching it. They're hearing it in the background, or they got it in their phones, because like this is typical behavior of every draft. Like, regardless of who it is, whether it's Shedeur or it's Hunter Renfrow or a player that people thought should have went high and they didn't go high, so they're waiting for their name to be called. But all I was saying was, like, after like the second round, most people aren't like sitting there like they did for the first and the second round, waiting for the picks to come in, watching as the players come up, pull up, and everything like that. You just kind of have it on your phone. I had it on my phone, and as the names come in, my draft alerts tell me who the players are that are coming in. But by that time, that's a long time, 5 days to sit there and watch an entire draft. I don't know too many people that do it unless you are an analyst or somebody who speaks about sports. But your point of why Shedeur might have dropped is taken, and that's what I was agreeing with. This year's draft was more about building your entire team up. This wasn't about focusing on a quarterback. This was about protecting the quarterbacks, protecting our running backs, making sure we shore up our offensive linemen, making sure we shore up our defensive lines, make sure we're getting better on defense or filling holes. And I saw a lot of that. The entire first round was a whole bunch of offensive linemen and defensive players, from cornerbacks to defensive tackles to defensive ends to offensive to right tackles, left tackles, offensive guards. You had tight ends getting drafted fairly high, which you don't typically see. They're like, unless they're really, really good. But we saw like 2 or 3 tight ends go out in the first round. So so when you start seeing a draft unfold like it did this draft, where you didn't see so many quarterbacks getting taken, periodically taken, and at the rate that they were taken, this definitely was one of those drafts where they said that the quarterback position was not as talented as it's been in the past. So this quarterback class could be like, in any other class, these quarterbacks would have been like, maybe second or third rounders. So,
but speaking of conspiracy theory, do you think Dylan Gabriel should have been drafted before Shedeur Sanders? He was never rated to be higher than Shedeur Sanders. So I know they was done on purpose, man. It had to be a purpose for this. Why would they draft a quarterback that they know is not as good as him and then go back and get Shedeur Sanders later on? And guess what they did too? They moved Shedeur Sanders so far away from Deion Sanders that he can't show up to his practice or his game. Boulder, Colorado is probably 1,400 miles from Cleveland. So they ain't like going to be dropping in every day. So this was done on a purpose reason, man, to get him as far away from his daddy. And they drafted that boy 144 because I'm telling you, people was watching the draft, dog. You may not have watched it, but you had it on your phone. But some people was watching the damn draft to see what Shedeur Sanders was going to get picked, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, and look how far he is from his daddy now, 1,400 miles. So it ain't like he gonna be popping in like, hey, what y'all doing? My boy need to be on the field. Yeah.
All right, hey, look, fair enough, but they was also talking about him going to the Giants at one point in time, and that's long away from Colorado too. So let's not sit there and pretend like the distance is a factor. Number one, number two, it's 2025, OP. Deion Sanders can FaceTime that nigga from wherever the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Distance and all of that. Number three, like the whole notion of them caping as if he had gotten drafted, that people would stop watching at that point, because it doesn't feel like they kept tuning in just to waiting to see. Like most people, like, oh, he didn't go the first round. Okay, I'll wait for the notification on the phone. So I don't know.
Was you watching the draft? All you heard the analysts saying, Shedeur Sanders still on the board. When is he coming off? Man, come on now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not tripping, but I mean, what also about? I read an article. In fact, you know what? I want to bring this up too, real quick, and then I want to go ahead.
You can read. I know you can read. Go ahead.
Yeah, only on your Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? I try to do Saturday night here, but article basically was saying that Deion Sanders' son Shedeur was slighted because of his attitude, because they didn't necessarily like some of the stuff that Ty was saying. Like, there was some outward rejection of teams prior to them even being on the slate. And for them to start making those type of moves and for him to project himself kind of like, yo, I'm the golden child, you must kneel and draft me, off-put a lot of people. And it was almost like a text message went to all of the owners of every team that was like, yo, we gonna teach this little nigga a lesson. You don't just come out here thinking you finna just, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who your daddy is, nigga. Fuck your little daddy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you gonna wait and you gonna get picked when we pick you. Now, Cam, we got you. Trav, we got you. This is where the talent is. But for the reality show stars, we're gonna show y'all how we treat reality show stars. Am I completely way off with that, Solo?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, Solo.
Talk to me.
Man,
For a minute, I thought I was one of the spectators. They were never gonna pass the mic to Solo.
Oh, you just
Y'all all are correct. Every one of y'all are correct. This has to do with what Bo Peep said. They made money off that. They made money off of that because everybody was waiting, regardless if it was one way or another, social media, whatever you want to call it. Everybody, including me, was trying to figure out why the fuck this nigga ain't got drafted yet, and they was making money off it. Back to what Ty said. Hell yeah, man. Every time you turn around, Dion got something to say. He was on ESPN. He was telling him, look, man, my son go, I go. That's how I go, nigga. Me and him to the end. No, nigga, no. No, they don't want you. They want him. If they wanted you, Dallas Cowboys would have offered you the hella deal, and you would have been right there with your boy. But that didn't work. Oh no, because they didn't want your black ass there having prime time all over the place. They didn't want it. So yeah, they want to push y'all two niggas far away from each other as possible. Ain't no goddamn way they was gonna put that nigga close to him at all. I believe that in my heart. You can call it conspiracy if you want to. Put the mic back on me, goddamn it. They spent a whole fucking long ass time. I sat here and watched these niggas talk about these motherfuckers. Let me explain something to y'all right now. That boy gonna be bad in the NFL. He gonna, I promise you, because they ain't got no real quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Name one. The only one is old boy Patrick Mahomes. The rest of them niggas dying out. And they gonna be gone real soon. And them young boys gonna come up from the rear. Y'all gonna have new stars in the game.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I think he gonna be the shit.
You didn't just watch Dayton Daniels take his not even mentioned Commanders.
They hyped him up. He ain't that good. He ain't that listen player. But yo,
you didn't just watch
I'm talking about
you haven't seen. Go ahead.
Ty. Shedeur Sanders had the same talent as Steve McNair had. Do you agree? He's that type of quarterback. Stay in the pocket, run when he need to, but he's not a running quarterback. He's a pocket.
Steve was way more athletic than Shedeur. Plus Steve had a way bigger arm than Shedeur. Yo, and so I can't really compare Shedeur, and he was way bigger than Shedeur. So I can't really compare. Shedeur reminds me more of a less athletic Randall Cunningham. I think he's very good in the pocket and he's very accurate. And his arm strength is a little bit questionable. It's not bad. I don't think I wouldn't grade Shedeur bad. I'm gonna tell you what doesn't bode well for Shedeur. Shedeur is going to the Cleveland Browns. They're in the same division with the Steelers, the Ravens, and the damn Bengals, all of which have amazing defenses. This young man is not prepared to be on a team like Cleveland, which still needs some real good wide receivers. They got Jerry Jeudy right now, who has a lot of potential, but man, they don't have a running back. I think what's his name is gone. What's his I can't even think of his name, and I had him on my fantasy team right now. But I don't think he's there anymore. Cleveland just wasn't a good spot for him to land, man. It really it's a good spot as far as him probably getting some playing time because Deshaun Watson is still hurt and he would contend at this point with Gabriel. And that would be it. But I just
why draft him at all? Why draft him at all? Then why just do him like his brother? Let him find a free agency to go to. Why draft him at all? Now, so are we speaking bad on Cleveland because they got him now? They don't know what they're doing. All the rest of the team was smarter than them, and y'all don't know what you're doing. So you got him. So it sounds crazy to me. Why even draft a dude at all if he can't play quarterback in the NFL? Why even draft a nigga? Why even draft him?
But I never said that. I never said he couldn't play football. I said the situation is not a good situation for him to be in, and that's in Cleveland. I feel like Shedeur would have been in a better situation if Shedeur would have gone to New Orleans, because he would have been able to play at least 1 year behind Derek Carr, and then he would have been able to come in and take it over the next year. But at least
Derek Carr hurt. Derek Carr hurt. He's out for the season.
For next season?
Yeah, he's out. His shoulder. He's hurt. That's why everybody thought he was going to the Saints, because the Saints need a quarterback.
Okay.
I know this football. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I knew Derek Carr was hurt this season. I didn't know he was out for the entire next season, so I wasn't aware of that. But
majority of it, he's supposed to come back late in the year. He's not going to be starting.
Yeah,
I think it's good. I think it's good.
Well, at least if he would have gone to the Saints have a running game. They still have Alvin Kamara. They still have some receivers out there, and Olave, and who's coming off of injury as well. But they have some weapons out there that would have been able to help this young man. I don't see the weapons in Cleveland. I just don't. They have a good defense, but that division, though. Think about that, Bo Pete. He's got to go up against the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals.
I understand, but not too many players get to go where they want to go in the draft. Not too many get to go where they want to go in the draft. Everybody would love to go somewhere they would like to be, but that doesn't happen. But get me on the field, and I can show you what I can do no matter where you send me.
That's how he feels about it. You see him jump up and down. You see him go, yeah. He didn't give a fuck because he has a chance, and that's why I think it's gonna be a big old light on him because he went to the Browns. He don't have to have competition with boy hurt. So basically, he can just walk in there and be the star of the team if he can make it like that. I think it's great for him.
Yeah, I think there's something memorable. But real quick question, and then I want to go ahead and pass the mic to you, Ty, if you have something that you specifically want to talk about, if it's not this, and then we'll pass it on to Bo and pass it on to Solo. Two-pronged question. One, since you don't think the Browns are a good fit, what would have been a good fit for him? All right. And then number two, after that, I just want to play the some of what was said about the alleged prank call from Shedeur and Shiloh, and see if we can respond on that, and then we'll go ahead and pass it. So what's up, Ty?
I think Pittsburgh would have been a good situation for him.
Oh, really?
If you're going to stay in that division, then Pittsburgh would have been a way better situation. You have a way better coach. You have a way better defense. Well, I'm not going to say way better defense. Cleveland has a pretty formidable defense, but you have a solid defense. You got a solid running game. And you potentially would be put in a better situation in Pittsburgh. So they could have developed him more. I think they would have been able to develop him more. Throwing him into the Lions den in Cleveland is what you're doing. It could potentially get the boy hurt. And that's what it did to all their quarterbacks last year. You know why Cleveland needed a quarterback this year? Because they broke up all of their quarterbacks last year. Last year they had Deshaun Watson out for the season with an injury. In comes Jameis Winston. Boom, it's injured. Then they're playing at the end of the season with their third or fourth string quarterback. And it looked like they were playing with their third and fourth string quarterback. So Cleveland, I don't see them. I didn't see them make too many moves. They re-signed their big stud in the defensive end, Myles Garrett. But outside,
they picked up in the draft an offensive lineman who was like
Mason Graham.
in the first round. I was like, damn,
that was their first.
Everybody wanted him. So I'm like, he got something.
Yeah, an offensive lineman. Yes, they're always good. That's why I said this draft was more about picking up offensive linemen, defensive players, and adding to your team's quality of your team's overall play. So I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying that I would have liked to have seen him play behind somebody and get a little bit more experience than just getting thrown into the fire, especially in a division like that. because it's that division is rough on quarterbacks, is what I'm saying. When you got TJ Watt coming at your ass, when you got all of them dogs that's coming from Baltimore, when you got the dogs that are coming from Cincinnati and Hendrickson and all of those guys, boy,
Well, I mean, is he expected to start?
Well, I mean, he's expected to contend for a starting position. He hasn't even made the roster yet, so we don't know what's going to happen. He's still got to make the roster.
Yo, Bo is losing his mind. What's up, Bo?
Still got to make the roster.
What better place for a player to go where he can prove himself? Every team needs a good leader. So if you got a bad team, you want a great leader. The man is built for it. He built for me from elementary school to junior high to high school. They said the same thing about when he went to Colorado. He shouldn't be the starting quarterback. It should be other quarterbacks out there. Just because he's Deion's son, he making him a quarterback. Deion knew what he was doing. They won one game in Colorado before they got there. What if he go to Cleveland and do the same thing? So why are we talking bad about this man when he proved on the field he can play the game? So he's boastful. So he's cocky. Who doesn't want somebody who believes in their damn self and make the other people around him better? He threw the ball to everybody on the field that he played with, made them all better. 3 of them got to the pros this year. Travis Hunter, Horn, the receivers made it to the pros because this man was throwing them the damn ball, even though he had a bad offensive line. Get a man something to work with and shit. Give him a chance. But all this negativity I keep hearing about the man, fuck that, man. This man's a good football player. He proved that.
Tell him. Don't let them niggas get away with that bull.
Man, I hate the fact that he had a daddy who was confident. Daddy who was confident because he played the game at the highest level. Daddy who coached his son to play the game at the highest level. They just confident, man. They cocky. So what? They cocky. Tom Brady, when the team drafted him, the last play in the damn draft, he told the coach, "This the best organization." That was cocky. That was cocky too, right?
Yeah. You know, he's spitting facts.
Well, I mean, nobody. I know I wasn't bad mouthing the dude. What I'm saying is situations in football. When it comes to football, and you're talking about developing a player, especially a young player, a rookie, it's situations can mess that rookie up, and that's what I'm saying. Cleveland has a bad record of. Think about it. Think about this for a second, Bo Peep. Think about all of the quarterbacks that have run through Cleveland and had had bad instances with them, but went somewhere else and been successful. Baker Mayfield was the #1 pick that came out in Cleveland, went to Cleveland, had a bad experience in Cleveland, but now is thriving over here in Tampa Bay because he's being coached well, and they got him in a system that works for him. Then you think about Johnny Manziel when he came out. He was highly touted out of college, went to Cleveland and had a bad experience, and totally left the NFL because he couldn't get himself right. Deshaun Watson.
I understand. Cleveland is not the top market for its winning, but every team need a player that can get them to the next level. When Steve McNair went to Tennessee, they wasn't winning. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't winning either until they got him. Look at New England. But before Tom Brady got there, they wasn't in the damn championship bowl game every year. Look at Kansas City when Patrick Mahomes got there. How many years before that was they in a championship? So this man has a chance to do what all them players have done. Just get a man a damn chance, even though it's Cleveland. Give him a chance, man.
What Ty? Tell me if I'm misreading this, Ty. It feels like what Ty is saying. He's not saying that he can't do it in Cleveland and he doesn't deserve the chance. It just feels like he's saying it's not the most optimal position. If there was
what I was saying.
Yeah, if there was a better option, then he probably would have. If there was a magic wand and he had any control, he wouldn't have chosen this. Not to say that he can't handle it, Bo P. Not to say that he's not talented. Not to say that he can't work his way into fame through that route. But I think what Ty's just saying is like, yeah, but it's just gonna be harder where he is. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Hey man, listen, goddamn it, listen. If we could all wake up next to Beyonce, we would. I love you, babe. But what I'm trying to say is, all both people saying, and all I'm saying is, we happy that the nigga got through the draft. We knew they was shitting on him. Cause think about it, y'all talking about they ain't go for no quarterback. That wasn't that many good quarterbacks. He was a badass quarterback. He was doing his thing. That's what I'm saying. We thought he was going. Why would we think he would go early? Like I thought he was gonna go in the first round. Honestly, I thought he definitely going first round. When he went to the second round, third round, I was like, "What the fuck?" This didn't make no sense. But if you really look at it, him going to Cleveland, Ty, what I'm saying to you, we will come back to this once he starts. I think he gonna shine. I honestly believe it because they got some linemen out of college, some bad boys. One of them came from Alabama. I mean, he's some bad boys, and Cleveland picked them boys up. And just imagine if he got a nice offensive line. He got one good wide receiver he could throw through because he loves throwing. He loves throwing it. So I just think he's gonna do good, and I know they know he's gonna do good. They put him over there to Cleveland to shut him up, but it ain't gonna happen. I think this nigga gonna be calling his daddy. Him and his daddy gonna be talking about prime time through the whole time.
It's possible. Let's hear what he's had to say about this prank call right quick.
So now I gotta have my phone on now. So,
but what them numbers I call you?
fam, I thought that was a real person that called you, but it actually wasn't, was it?
No, I told you. That was a specific phone number, not in my name, not in anything.
So you bought that phone just for the drive?
Boost Mobile sent the phone just for the draft.
So how did they get
Nobody had the number.
That's what I'm saying.
The number was only in the email thread that the NFL sent out to only teams.
That's outrageous, bro. So the NFL leaked it, basically.
No, you can't say that. It could be one of their kids. It could be one of their kids that then seen the email and just took the number.
Okay.
That's it. No.
This is day 3, so now.
Hey, look at the poise. Look at the poise of this man. At this emotional time, he still is very calm, man. The dude is calm. Like that was the prank call. That was the prank call. Don't worry about it. You know, he's still calm. The man held his emotion the whole time. That's what I like about him. He's cool, calm, and collected.
True.
And if you didn't notice that the people around him were calm because they know exactly who he is and what it's about. That boy is good, and he gonna get. Hey, I promise you, and I don't care what nobody say. This is one player that I think is gonna do real good the first year. Watch.
Now, Ty, let me say this to you, Ty, and Vince and Solo. Did y'all see the room when they picked Shedeur? Did you see the coaches in the room? They wasn't clapping like all the other coaches. They were, if everybody else was getting picked, they were clapping, high five, and all this. When they picked Shedeur, they were just sitting there looking at the screen like, okay, we picked him. Nobody else wanted him. We picked him.
Is it that comment of the 5th round draft pick though?
It's common of a 5th round draft pick. By the time you get to the 5th and the 6th and 7th rounds, a lot of those players are typically either role players or players that don't wind up making the teams. Now, with Shedeur is an exception to the rule because he was projected to be a 1st round pick. He is a 1st round talent based on his stat line for the 4 years that he played at Jackson State and Colorado. So the boy's numbers speak for themselves, which is why all of the analysts had him projected as possibly the 1st or 2nd best quarterback in the draft. Him and Cam Ward were supposed to be 1 and 2. But what happened was, as you saw him fall, you started to see all these other names kind of surface, and you see a Jackson Dart get picked up by the New York Giants. You see a Tyler Show get picked up by the Saints or wherever he went. I think it was the Panthers or the Saints. And then you start seeing all of these other quarterbacks' names popping off the list before his name. So yeah, do I in any way think it wasn't a conspiracy? No, I think it was definitely a conspiracy to keep him out of the top positions so that they can have a way to control him. This is more about Deion's comments and them rebelling against it to show you don't control. you might have controlled your son's life since he was a kid all the way up into college. But this is the big leagues now, sir. And we're going to take over control, and nobody's going to control what we're doing. So this is basically the NFL doing that bullshit. And it's specifically aimed at a black father and a black man, because at the end of the day, what Bo P said was absolutely true. Archie Manning was one of the most entitled and arrogant fathers I've ever seen with his kids. He did the same thing with Peyton when Peyton came out. What happened was they didn't want to play for the Jets. The Jets had the number 1 pick in the draft, and Archie was like, "No, hell no, you're not going to the Jets." And Peyton's ass went back to college. That's what happened. Like he was literally supposed to come out the year before and be the number 1 overall pick, but the Jets had said they was going to pick him, and Archie was like, "Nah," and Peyton went back to school. So so the same thing happened when Eli came out. Archie was like, "No, Eli, you are not going to play for no San Diego Chargers," and they had to literally make a trade to get the boy to New York. So this is not any behavior like this. There's nothing. When I hear people say that Shedeur is cocky and that's why he didn't get it because he's too entitled, that's bullshit. Because I've seen a lot of cocky quarterbacks come out. Joe Burrows was a little cocky when he came out. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson was a little cocky when he came out.
What's the boy from Texas?
Baker Mayfield?
No, the boy from Texas. The boy from Texas was real cocky. Only played a couple years. Played at Texas A&M.
Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel was cocky as shit. Very cocky.
What happened to
This was black owners. These were white owners. These are white owners who did not want this black boy to have the spotlight. These were white owners that did not want him to have the spotlight.
I think it gets worse than that. I think it's not just the spotlight. I think that it was somewhat directed at Dion.
Yeah, of course.
Indirectly.
Absolutely.
And so that's sad about it as well. Like I said, I was reading the
Now,
article.
let me ask y'all this. Do you think it was too gaudy of him to have on the biggest chain I ever seen? Did you see Shedeur chain? Oh my God! Now that was too gaudy for me.
Nah, man.
First of all, if we're talking about the clip we just seen, that wasn't even the extent of his jewelry because he had on a whole bunch of bling. When the first night when he thought he was gonna go up there, that dude's whole neck was iced out, wrist iced out, rings iced out. He was iced out, sitting in the and waiting with Shinsia. Vince.
Oh, Shinsia from Jamaica.
Yes. Him sitting there chilling with Shinsia. I'm like, dang, how embarrassing is that? You sitting there with Shinsia, like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna be.
And didn't they have the place built specifically for being able to watch the draft?
Yes.
So that definitely adds insult to injury. So not happy about the way that went down. But let me ask y'all this real quick. Because this past mic thing ain't working the way I expected it to. There was somebody who did go in the first round, and I just want to know what y'all thought about his outfit. He was definitely stunting with the Barbie shit. Very bold.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. Boy, let me tell y'all something. Jacksonville got the lottery when they got him. They got the lottery, nigga. Jacksonville won the lottery when they got him. Now, if they be able to let him do what he do, I don't know. I don't have.
What you mean? Let him? You mean like the two-way thing?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you why they won the lottery. I'm gonna tell you why they won the lottery. They were about to move Jacksonville to Orlando. That's how bad. That's what they were talking about. When we were down there, they were talking about Jacksonville may move to Orlando. So he might have saved.
When you were down there, were you talking to the owners of the? Or were you just
no, people were saying they're thinking about moving the football team to Orlando. So he might have saved that franchise from being moved.
Man, they've been trying to move Jacksonville Jaguars for years.
Yeah, I don't
Nobody
think
wants it. Nobody.
I mean,
Nobody wants that franchise. Nobody.
now, Ty, you have some experience with Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I
and I was gonna say this, man. If there's a worse organization than Cleveland, it is the
Jacksonville.
Yo, let me tell you something. I lived in Jacksonville, and I used
lived
to
my
hang
whole
out.
life in Jacksonville. I'm Duval.
Okay, so Solo, you know I'm not lying when I say you can literally be hanging out with the players in the strip clubs because that's where they live at. No, I'm dead
and
serious.
not only that,
serious.
man, damn,
dead serious. They live in the strip club. Listen, let me tell you why Jacksonville has always been a bad organization. Because Jacksonville is a place with good drugs. And good drugs, no, I'm telling you, listen. If I'm lying, I'm flying. From the very first time the expansion team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, stepped themselves into football and had their best season in their first year in the league. Their best players, Fred Taylor, and the rest of them. With my man, the wide receiver. No, the wide receiver.
No, from Dallas Cowboys. He talking about over who came from Dallas. He was cocained out. Cocaine.
Oh my God! Them dudes was beat. Yo, you'll see them in the club sniffing coke off strippers' booties. I'm not even playing. It wasn't even a secret. Listen, it was not even a secret in Duval. Fred Taylor sniffed the 8 ball before every game, nigga. Like it was not a secret.
Not only that,
it was not a secret.
Not only that, it was a full. You gotta understand, Jacksonville is full of racism. It's a city that white people really don't want us there. So they didn't give a fuck if they were when they pulled them over and you niggas thought, oh, I play for the Jack. They don't give a fuck, nigga. You was going to jail. Every one of the players was going to jail. If it wasn't from possession of cocaine, picking up cocaine, delivering cocaine, sleeping with cocaine, it was always cocaine.
Yo, Ty, question for you and Solo. How much blame do you put on the ownership of Jacksonville for the lack of progress in that city?
I think it's the city.
No, their ownership has always been terrible, and that's why they keep having all of these issues with ownership, where they only have an owner for a certain amount of time, then he sells the team to somebody else.
This dude has had it for I think 4 or 5 years.
Is this the Indian guy? Yeah. He's had Khan, or I think it's the last name or something like that. Khan or whatever. Well, I know that he's had the team for 4 years, and in the 4 years, he's gotten rid of Jalen Ramsey. He's gotten rid of all of the defensive players that helped the team make it to the playoffs. They signed Trevor
fuck up. Trevor fuck up.
No, what's his last name? Trevor
Trevor Owens or something like that.
Trevor.
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Lawrence. So they signed Trevor Lawrence and ATN when they also signed who was it? Saban. Was it Saban the last time y'all had? Was that your last coach, Saban?
Yeah, I think we got a new coach now.
Well, but just two. Y'all do have another coach 2 years later. But I'm trying to think who it was though that was their it was one of the.
Oh boy,
it wasn't Saban. It was
y'all got the youngest GM in the league now too. He's 34 years old. That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
What Khan?
Why is it stupid? Khan's the owner.
Yeah, Khan's the owner. Oh no, the GM.
No, I said the GM. They got the youngest GM in the league now. He's 34 years old. I don't know his pedigree, but 34 years old should not be a general manager. I don't think, because it takes some years to get to be that level, man.
Well, it's not like he's he's the GM of the Chiefs. You know, I mean, he's the Jaguars. You know, I think.
Bo Peep makes a fair point. But Bo Peep makes a fair point because the part that's not being discussed here is what Jacksonville gave up to get Travis Hunter. Jacksonville literally gave up their first round pick, which they moved back to take Cleveland's pick. And then they gave up their second round and a fourth round and their next year's first round. So next year they don't have a first round pick. They gave that up. So Cleveland got a first round this year, a first round next year, and a second and a fourth. And all they got was like a fourth round pick.
Jacksonville still got some shit in there. Because you remember, Jacksonville been losing for a long time. They've been losing they always have been in the hunt to get a star. This right here is so big because the simple fact is, I believe that this player right here, if they can figure out how to get him the ball, it's going to do good for Jacksonville unless he gets hurt. I don't want that.
Question.
What's
up? Duval fans, Jaguars fans, should they expect a two-way playing Travis Hunter?
Yes.
We want to. We want to see it.
Because
why is it that for me it feels real dumb to utilize him as a two-way player despite him having the talent? Man. It feels to me to be unintelligent because you're going to wear him out. He's going to get injured after the first. All
right. So listen.
It's not college kids he's playing against. He's going to be playing against dudes that are going to try to injure him for trying to overextend himself. Why is it that seems like common sense to me?
Oh, okay. So you asked were they going to use him in the two-way position? Yes, they will. Does that mean that they have to use him for every snap on every play? No. They can use him in packages on defense. They can use him in packages on offense. So he doesn't have to remain in the game the whole game. Mind you, that is something that he did in college, by the way. He was able to play both sides of the ball at damn near every snap and damn near every game. But I do stand on the side of what you're saying as being fact. I think that in the NFL, it doesn't make any sense to think that he could play every snap on both sides of the ball, but he is super talented. And with what they gave up for him, there's an expectation that is coming along with picking up Travis Hunter. And this young GM that Bo Peep mentioned, he literally he threw up a Hail Mary. This was the Hail Mary. When you make a deal where you give up this year's first round and next year's first round, that's not typically something you do on a rookie. That might be something you do on a player like a Patrick Mahomes who's proven, or Lamar Jackson that's proven. But on a rookie who hasn't even played his first game in the NFL, to give up multiple first round picks, you bet the house on it. And so now you have to have him show up on the field. So you have to put him in the game. So he's going to play a lot in Jacksonville. And hopefully 100%, I hope he stays healthy. Travis Hunter is a once in a lifetime talent. He could be an Ohtani type player where he plays multiple positions. He could be the deciding factor in whether or not the Jaguars go to the playoffs or not, because their division is fairly weak. They're still in a fairly weak division, so they should be able to propel themselves.
Well, I ain't never seen a player as ugly as he is, as good as he is. This nigga looked like a gorilla beat up another gorilla and had sex with him.
Oh man,
this is the baby.
And the outfit was a little cheesy. I ain't gonna lie, the outfit was a little cheesy for me.
You don't like the Barbie Joan, man?
I didn't like the little strap coming across. What's that about? You know what I mean? It's some great male designers out there, man, that could have suited and booted this guy. What's the guy out of New York? What's the guy out of New York? Dapper Dan? He should have went to Dapper Dan.
Stop.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so your issue
that little pink bra strap. We can do without that, Travis.
Nigga, who dressed this nigga? Cameron?
Yo, you don't think that's innovative, man? Like that's it's a statement, I guess, to come out with the. It's not the first time he's wore pink. Like I mean, I think he's trying to make a statement with the pink stuff. Like he's.
But
I don't know.
who stood in the mirror and said, "This the shit here. This that piece right there. This gonna set that whole shit off."
Hold on, bitch. Hold on.
Because it was a double breast suit, double breast jacket. But this piece right here, the little bra strap, I assume that's what set it off for him. He ain't never seen nothing like that. Ain't nobody ever had a bra strap on there. Some bullshit.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you get these young dudes millions of dollars. They just stop caring. They just stop caring at that point. At that point, just pull up with whatever. When you already got millions, you don't care how you look. And that's obvious. That's obvious how you pulled up.
You see, you don't like the outfit. I mean, what's wrong with what he's wearing other than the fact that it's hot pink and there's a bra strap? I mean,
you said it up. You said it up right there. Okay. Hot pink with a bra strap. That was it. You said it.
He said, "What's wrong with it?" All right.
Other than that, though, it's all right. Here's what I'm saying. All right, well, fine. Well, listen, Shedeur and them, I'm sure, are going to be just fine. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I believe, have bought a meal ticket. If they don't have a winning season, they will at least have an uptick in ticket sales.
Right. And he's from Florida, too. He's from Florida, so
yeah. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So
there's one thing I did want to say though, in regards to this whole draft process, right? The one person that my heart really goes out to is Cam Ward, because because of all of the Shedeur antics and everything, and also the Travis Hunter trade that popped off right as soon as the draft started. Cam Ward has been left behind, bro. Like nobody said anything about Cam Ward. Nobody's really did. All of his interviews that I've seen, they're asking him about Shedeur. It's like this dude worked his behind off to become the number one pick in the draft, which usually determines you being the best player drafted overall. And nobody's talking about Cam Ward in any way, shape, or form. And that's just, I feel bad about that dude.
That goes back to my point when I said NFL made money on this draft by having Shedeur go 144. They sold a lot of commercials waiting up to that point. And guess what? I'm proud of, man. I mean, I hate to say it like this, but I think about 90% of the players that was picked in the draft were black. About 90%, I think.
Hey, that's always good. I mean, football is dominated by black people now. Basketball,
they had some good linemen who were big white boys. There was some gorillas that walked across and shook that hand. And I was like, God damn. Right. I'm just saying, I didn't feel like whatever the NFL got to offer for the next couple of years, I gotta watch because there's a lot of stuff changing.
Let me speak to the comments real quick. Hey, I see that we've got some folks on the Instagram Live. If you're on Instagram Live, it's dope to be there, but it's even doper to come to the YouTube page, YouTube/The Real Vince Taylor for now. And that's where you can actually comment, and we can put your comments on the screen as well. So I see a dude, BBCI, and a couple others over there in the Instagram chat. Pull up to the YouTube chat or the Facebook chat so we can have your conversation in there. And appreciate you watching as well. Now, of course, football is not the only thing. Ty, I understand that there's some stuff going on in the realm of basketball as well. Care to enlighten us on what's going on in the NBA playoffs?
Yes, we are currently locked in the NBA playoffs. We have the first round going on right now. Two teams have advanced, that being the Cleveland Cavaliers and the OKC Thunder, who were able to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies. I believe, not yesterday, but what was that? Sunday? No, Monday, Sunday. Cleveland, I think, was able to end the Miami Heat yesterday. So they'll be advancing to the second round of the playoffs. We're currently locked in a battle with the Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. who I believe won last night and went up 3
Yes,
games.
we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, but 3 games to 1. We currently are locked in a real life battle with the Denver Nuggets and the LA Clippers. And this is that's a really good playoff series right there. Either team can take it. They're both matched up pretty well. I think the Nuggets were able to edge one out the other night to go to, I think, tie the series. I think it's 2-2 at this point. And we are headed back to Denver, I believe, for the next game. So we'll be in Denver for game 5. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in that game. I still have the Clippers in that one. I still have the Clippers winning that series. But it's been a fun series to watch. We have Boston up 3 games to 1 on Orlando. I am expecting them to close that series out when they play the next game in Boston. The Knicks up 3 games to 1 on Detroit. They were able to edge them out in Detroit and win a close game by 2 this last game, and
From a bad call.
They'll be looking to
Well, you talking about when they didn't call the foul?
Yep.
They'll be looking to close them out in New York this next game. And then we have my Lakers, whom I've said from the very beginning, I did not think they would beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it seems as though I was correct. But Solo, you had a different take. And you've had a different take. You've had a different take from the very onset of the playoffs in regards to the Lakers. I mean, I'm just curious how you feeling right now as they're down 3-1. Are they going to come back and win all?
We want Bronny.
I ain't got shit to say. It is what it is. I'm gonna say this. Let me say this, guys. I ain't never think I would say this. When we got Luka Doncic, I thought we had did something great. But now I see exactly what Jason Kidd was saying.
Oh wow.
This boy has no defense whatsoever. He didn't even poop on the niggas or nothing. All he did, if Luka Doncic would concentrate on defense like he concentrate on smiling every time he make a shot, we be okay. But we not gonna be okay because we got Luka Doncic who does no defense, and now we know exactly. Even LeBron was opening up his eye, going, "You see this nigga not doing no defense." He was saying that the whole night. LeBron was like, "God damn, nigga, you won't even stand up and you won't even pinch one of these motherfuckers. None of them." So that's what we got. That's the reason why we lost. Luka Doncic said he was sick the other day. Came out there and went, "Stay your ass at home because you ain't do shit." And then you came back the next day smiling and everything, and we still lost.
Well, let's be honest. Luka was never hired for his defensive paralysis.
Man,
he was never hired for that. He was hired because he put the ball in the basket. That was it. That's what he does. I just think they're tired. Luka and Ron are tired. They're playing too many minutes.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop the presses. Stop the mother. Man, stop the presses. Luka be tired in the first quarter. He be tired immediately. That's because when you drink all night and you show up to work, he got a drinking problem. I know alcoholics when I see him. Motherfuckers.
Yo, well, all right. Well, let me say, Ty, you are a Laker fan too, but you had a more realistic approach to this season, and so it doesn't seem to be surprising you that they're down 3-1. Do you think they could pull this out? Is there a comeback? Are we looking at a 0-4 Red Sox type of ordeal? No. So is this LeBron's last stand? Is this LeBron's last stand?
This is not LeBron's last stand because LeBron still has a lot of gas in the tank. It's just unfortunate, and I said this from the very onset. The Lakers are not a deep team. Right now, they go about three, they run about three, maybe four deep. And after that, you're dealing with an onslaught of role players and inconsistent players. JJ Redick wants them to play out of their minds, and so he literally is playing them until they lose their minds. He's playing them so many minutes that there's no way. I said this before. There was no way that could be sustainable for a 40-year-old LeBron to be playing 40 plus minutes a night. You cannot ask him to do that this stage of his career. You can't ask many players to do that at this stage of their career, to play 40 plus minutes per night. That's literally like, there's only 48 minutes in a game. There's you got 48 minutes in a game. They're playing 42 and 44 and 40. Like, you cannot, there's no way to sustain that. Of course, Solo Doncic is getting tired in the first quarter because he's already tired from playing so many minutes from the last game. And then as soon as you get in and you're playing it, that shit don't go away. And so
he's the primary ball handler, so he's moving all the time on offense with the ball. Other people get a chance to stand around a little bit to decide what he's going to do, but he is moving all the time.
Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm trying to tell y'all, this nigga don't even though they've been proving it all online. He literally stood there and some people and the dude just ran right past him. He didn't even put his hand up. None of that.
Tired. He tired. He said he's in the offense.
How the fuck you tired when you get to the court? That's bullshit. Listen, that's bullshit, man. Listen, I get he tired. I get what y'all saying. He's tired. Everybody's tired. But look, they literally said on ESPN today that he has the worst defense they have ever seen in the history of NBA players. They named him the worst just now because all the people are realizing why they got rid of him. You can be an offensive threat all you want to, but boy, if you can't just even get in the way of people, he couldn't even get in the way. Even Austin Reed was yelling at JJ Redick, like, tell that shit to Luka. He said that shit. He's like, don't yell at me, yell at him. He the one who let the nigga run past him.
Yeah.
That's why even LeBron James is look at LeBron James' last interview. He put that shit on Luka. He was like, well, we need to understand that everybody must be on defense. Not just, come on, Luka, come on, bro. You just gonna let the nigga just run past you? Come on. Ant-Man was like, this is too easy. He went and sat down like, it's too easy. He not even running defense on me. So man, fuck that, man. Them niggas, man, I want to take Luka and push him off a bridge, nigga. That nigga horrible. He horrible. He's horrible. He's horrible. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Luka is the worst investment they ever made because this motherfucker don't do none whatsoever. Ty, if you sit there and tell me this boy put up any type of defense, I swear by God, I'm going to show up at your house. I'm burning all your LA clothes and hats, nigga, everything. If you sit here and tell me that boy, he's the worst I have ever seen in my entire life. I have never seen a player who just straight up does offense and fuck. Yo, Ty, answer this question. How many times you saw the last game, right?
I did.
Okay. Tell me how many times did you see Luka stay down there when the whole team ran down there? He stayed on the other end.
Solo. I cannot tell you enough that playing the amount of minutes that they playing, and by the way, just so you know, the average age of the players on the Minnesota Timberwolves, the average age for the whole team is 24 years old. This is a young, talented squad. The players on the opposite side, the Markeith Morrises of the world, the Goodwins, the LeBrons. They're in their mid-30s. Like these are guys that are older and have been journeymen in the league. I knew there was no way that they could match up with these young, hungry players. When you got a Randall who's playing very good basketball right now, you got Ant who's playing very good basketball right now.
Randall, when he's defended or when he's running, they wait till they switch up to Luka. Every one of them. Every time when you see they switch up, they'll switch up to Luka, so they'll put Reeves or as a center. They'll switch it up so Reeves be down there with your boy name, whatever. He down there, and all of a sudden you got Amp or you got your boy going against Luka. Go watch it. And Luka just let these niggas pass him. Just go. I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, Solo. That's called mismatching. And what they do is they switch the larger defender. The larger offensive player onto the smaller defender. So when Luka has John Randall, who is 6'9", 260 pounds or whatever he is, he just backs Luka down and it's easy money all game. And vice versa. If they were to do it with Rudy Gobert, anytime you got Austin Reeves down at the center at the 5 position, you are in a bad defensive position. Right. You cannot have your shooting guard down at the 5, especially when it's somebody like Austin Reeves who's lighting ass. So there's nothing that the Lakers can do outside of going and trying to woo Kevin Durant and Giannis over to their team for next year. That's the only thing they can look forward to is the possibility of Giannis joining LeBron and Luka in LA. That's the only thing they can look forward to at this point.
I think it's gonna be Kevin. I think it's Kevin Durant. I think Kevin Durant
don't want to play with LeBron.
He wants to play with Luka.
Yeah, but that means you'd have to play with LeBron. Kevin don't want to play with next to LeBron.
But what are they gonna do? They still need a defensive player, man. They need a giant back there. They need somebody to come in.
I just told you who, Giannis. You go get Giannis. Giannis is 7'2".
He likes to play the 5.
Yeah, and he plays defense and he can run.
Hey man, I hope it works.
He plays the 4, but
go ahead, Bo P.
Hey man, the switch the subject up. Did y'all know?
Before you switch the subject up real quick, Ron did show up, and I don't think he's camera ready. Oh, Bo P's.
Hey, I thought we were doing good till Black Bron showed up. We were doing good.
I think he at least deserves to chime in on this, man. And since he did pull up, even though he ain't camera ready, I don't know where he at.
All I know is the Warriors. All I know is the Warriors doing that damn thing when y'all told me they wasn't gonna be shit. Remember that? Yeah, we still got that little light skinned boy. Remember that?
I think Warriors got a way of doing things.
Black Ron, you there, bro? Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Can y'all hear me, bro?
Yeah, man, where are you, man? We know you reporting from an undisclosed location this morning, and I don't know how long you can hang in there, but y'all hear you hear us talk about this?
I'm here, bro. I'm here. I guess the Lord didn't want me to be here on time. I had alarm set and everything. I know what it is. Solo said something stupid this morning. I was gonna bust a blood vessel in my head. That's why the Lord had me late. That's why he had me late. Bo.
Yes, sir.
What they doing? What they doing? What they doing to our play cousin, man?
Who you talking about?
I'm talking about Shedeur.
Oh man, they trying to mess with his mind, man. But I think he gonna be all right.
Yeah, man. We talked about Shedeur.
They trying to show him that the NFL is bigger than one player. That's what they trying to show him.
It was a collective, hey, you don't run shit over here, boy, type of act that was carried out. But we went through that. We went through the prank call. I am interested in hearing your take on the robe, the garments of one Travis Hunter when he was when he was drafted. I'm just curious your take, Black Ron, of because I know you're a man of fashion. You know what I'm saying? You're a dude who rocks, the dope clothes. I see you on the Instagrams at your shows, and you drip to the gods. So what say you about?
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
when your woman don't love you for real, you have shit like that on the biggest night of your fucking life. That's what you wear when that's what you wear when your woman don't give a shit about you. That's the type of fashion mistakes you make.
That's a fashion mistake, Brian. For real?
Bro, okay. Prime example. You remember how Jordan used to look right up until Juanita divorced him? Then he started wearing big jeans every goddamn where his suits wasn't cut right. He got $1 billion, but he looked like he bought all this shit secondhand. Yeah. That's because he didn't have no woman there. Like, see, on top of that, Travis' woman not black. When you got a black woman, she gonna make sure that nigga, even if you don't get the part, you gonna look the part. Y'all remember how Russell Wilson used to look before he got with Sierra?
Damn, don't remind.
When you get a black woman in your life that cares something about you, dog, the first thing she gonna do is upgrade your appearance.
Upgraded.
That's not. Hey, Black Ron, you don't know how true that statement is, because I remember Vince couldn't dress until his wife. Until his wife started. Hold up. Hey, yo, Black Ron. When I met this nigga, he was wearing baggy shit. He was wearing. You would think the nigga came from where I'm from. He was wearing Timbs. He was wearing baggy jeans, oversized sweatshirts, all of that.
Look, he still was holding on to that haircut.
Oh man, look. in the matter of a few months, this nigga's whole wardrobe changed. I remember the first time he came to work. He had pants where you could see what was in his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like
not the cargo, not the windbreaker, windbreaker cargo.
No, I mean his jeans was so tight that you could see
my Lord.
all the contents of his.
There was a time when that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? That was I fought against it. But
that was never a thing. That was never a thing.
Skinny jeans have never been a thing for a real man.
Nigga, if you didn't own a guitar or a skateboard, you couldn't have skinny jeans.
I have skateboards. I have a guitar, and yeah, I have a wife.
And you didn't have a black woman. See how when you got a black woman, them two shits that didn't go together had to get out your life.
Listen,
man, as soon as that woman got in your life, bro, you got some glasses. You went and got your teeth cleaned. Yeah, shaved your head. She had told you, come on, baby, let that little haircut go. That shit thin at the top. She called it a little haircut. And that made you feel bad. And you went and shaved that shit immediately. That's what black women do. See, like if Travis would have had a black woman in his life, he'd have came outside with that hot fluorescent ass jacket on. It's like he knew he was going back to South Florida or some shit. The boy dressed like he.
Yo, but don't y'all? Okay, y'all don't agree. And Ron, I would expect you to agree with me on this. There is a fashion sense that protrudes hood fashion, like FUBU shirts. Remember when you started on FUBU jerseys and all that? We can't rock that stuff. You don't wear that stuff on stage, Ron. You dress like this on stage. And most niggas, like it's on this panel, would not wear this outfit, the turtleneck, like most niggas wouldn't wear this shit. There is a sense of detachment from whatever's popping in your neighborhood on the stoop versus what it is that you gonna rock when you on stage with Kev on stage and them at the churches. Am I wrong?
Look here, man. Gentry, the running back, Gentry, what he did, he came out in goddamn Crocs. He got a $5,000 suit on with some Crocs on. Who dressing these motherfuckers, man? Who told him that was proper gear to wear some damn Crocs? Come on, man.
You gotta have the proper, you know, your haberdashery gotta be good. Your haberdashery gotta be good.
Haberdashery. I like that word even better, man. That's cool. It was good to have some insight from Ron. I'm not sure if you'll be able to pop back in or not, but that is what was going on with the NBA. Any more? And excuse me, Bo P. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. I just knew that was. I didn't know how long I was going to have that for. You were going to say something.
Yeah, you were talking about other subjects of sports. I just heard that the Atlanta is getting the World Cup.
Hold on, play Ron. Hold up, Bo P. Hold up, Bo P. I'm sorry. Keep that thought. I want to do it like this. Hey, yo, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Bo P. You know what I'm saying? So he can say what it is. He got to say, Bo P, bro, what it is you was want to talk about, bro.
Speaking of crowds, the matter of fact, they had a big crowd at the draft this year, too, up there in Green Bay where they had it at. The population like 100,000. They had about 200-something thousand people at that. But did you know that when Atlanta had to host the World Soccer Tournament next year, they're expecting the crowd to be as big as 7 Super Bowls at one time in Atlanta?
No, I did not know that.
They're expecting the crowd to be as large as 7 Super Bowl crowds to be in the city of Atlanta for that soccer. That's how big soccer is around the world.
Yeah. Look, soccer is a vibe.
And Atlanta already has the worst traffic in the world, and they're building fast every day trying to get this ready for the Olympics, because it's going to be a madhouse in Atlanta in 2026 when the World Cup comes here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Atlanta also hosted the Olympics in 1996, if I'm not mistaken. And so they have the infrastructure.
Had a bomb scare.
There was a bomb scare.
Yeah. And they said the infrastructure wasn't ready for that type of crowd then. So there's more people live here now, and the highways are already packed, and it's going to be crazy in Atlanta, man. People are talking about leaving Atlanta for that month that they're here, renting their house out and all type of things, because it's going to be pretty much impossible to move around in Atlanta.
You think the soccer thing is going to be worse than Freaknik?
Of course, yeah. We talk about people around the world. We ain't just talking about college students. We talking about people from around the world.
A lot of Freakniks, a whole bunch of Freakniks. I was there.
And that wasn't no bomb scare, nigga. That was a whole bomb that went off.
Oh, they had the explosion. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sitting there laughing. I should be laughing. Sorry, because I don't think anybody died. Right? I mean, I'm not saying that makes it better.
Yes, people died. It was a real bomb. It wasn't no firecrackers.
No, but I'm saying, like, didn't it go off like when it wasn't at full capacity or something? I don't know. Let me make sure I fact check myself. Atlanta bomb during
Centennial Park bomb in 1996.
Oh shoot. Yeah, violent attacks. Rule off any deaths. Not seeing any deaths. I mean, again, doesn't make it better. Doesn't make it right.
Because I had watched the movie. I don't remember what movie that was.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Killed 2, and injured 100. Injured 100. So correct. I stand corrected. My apologies. Good job.
I remember somebody got their leg blew off.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And the guy that they thought did it wasn't the one who did it.
Yeah, I remember when they thought a guy did it, they chased him down and put hands and feet all on him, tried to stomp him through the grass, and he was innocent as hell.
Is this the World Cup? This isn't the World Cup. Is it Bo P?
Yes, the World Cup. It's the World Cup next year. It's in Atlanta.
Oh,
yeah.
Because the last one was in I want to say Qatar.
They built a whole village. They built a whole community for these guys. They built a whole subdivision for them to stay in. It's real huge, man. Yeah.
And on the subject of Freaknik, so you gotta remember, bro, Freaknik was a bunch of, like Bo P said, college students, aka broke people. You know, niggas was 6-7 deep in a Toyota Tercel, just getting down there. You know, hotels was all booked out and stuff. 8 people to a room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasn't no 5-star hotels being booked. Wasn't no fancy restaurants being eaten at. It was niggas, you know, frying chicken and wrapping it in foil, and everybody eating out the back of their cars and shit. Like, You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
beer bought on corners that was drunk. You know, it's not
Oh
the
yeah.
same economic upheaval that Atlanta
Oh
is
yeah.
going to experience when you have soccer fans. Number one, soccer tickets is high, like baseball tickets, nigga. It costs to go to a soccer game, boy,
I
and
don't know
they
why.
in there.
And they talk
See,
about the
I've been to
hotel's gonna go
baseball
up
games.
$500 minimum. The hotel will go up
Right.
minimum $500. Regular hotel's gonna go up minimum $500.
It's
Here's
gonna
my
be like
Econo
Coachella.
Lodge gonna be $500.
It's gonna be like goddamn Coachella in Atlanta, dog. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a whole bunch of folk with money that's all
with money.
descending on the town at once.
Who's pulling up though? Do you think you're gonna see a lot of us, like Ron and Bo P? Do you think we're gonna see?
Well,
It's gonna
because Atlanta,
it's gonna look like
Atlanta is
baseball. It's gonna be a bunch of us looking ass niggas that don't speak the English.
but because Atlanta is a black city, first of all, because Atlanta is a predominantly black city, the blacks are gonna come out because we'll go out to any damn thing to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It ain't got shit to do with niggas, but we're gonna celebrate anything. What's that Green Day they have every year in March?
St.
The
Patrick's
Green
Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Niggas gonna come out just cause there's other people out. So they're gonna be out, but it's gonna be a whole lot of people from out of town who are
Nigga, I
I
went to
know.
I went I
across the
went to
world, from
I
across
went
the
to a
world.
Ramadan brunch in Atlanta one time.
A Ramadan brunch.
Exactly.
I know that wasn't at the barbecue spot. So here's my
No,
thing,
it
though,
wasn't
like,
at the barbecue spot.
but you said, Bo P, I peep what you said, bro. I read between lines. All right, you said niggas gonna come out, but you didn't say they gonna pull up, and I get the difference. There's
They're
Right.
not going to the game. They're not going
No,
to the game, but they go to
niggas
all the
gonna be at all
festivities.
the official after events. Goddamn me!
Yes, yes,
It's gonna be
right.
some nigga. It's gonna be some nigga gonna make a flyer called World Cup after party. It's gonna have a picture of Ronaldinho kicking real hard on that motherfucker,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be two bitches in thongs bent over,
yeah,
holding soccer balls, booties all greased up.
yeah.
It's gonna be
With a picture,
holding like a bottle and shit. It's
yeah,
gonna be from Magic City.
What?
with a picture lying there, Messi. With a picture lying there, Messi holding money up. Yeah, with a picture lying there, Messi holding up money. Yeah, at the after
I'm talking
party.
about
Yeah,
he got the money to his ear like he talking on the phone. Nigga,
yeah.
I saw in Atlanta they had a Martin Luther King party, nigga. They had went and gave Martin a tip fade and put an earring in his shit.
Had him on the flyer.
Yeah, had Martin on the flyer looking like he was worried about where them hoes was
Yeah.
at. Where the hoes?
It had Corella sitting there like this here. It had Corella sitting there like what?
Had Coretta booty fat. I was like, boy, y'all better not make Coretta booty fat like that. Boy, had Coretta with a BBL, boy.
Yeah.
Hey yo, and you gotta remember this is a big event, you know, and out of town is gonna be coming to Atlanta. You know that you're gonna have multiple car shows, you're gonna have multiple cookouts, multiple pool parties. All you know what I'm saying? It's going down. Cause look, whenever that's one thing about Atlanta, when they know other people coming to their city, they tend to show out. They tend to show out now. They bring all of they souped up old schools out. Everybody got
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Boy,
Yeah.
can y'all imagine a Waffle House fight between Argentina and Brazil?
Oh my God.
That's what we here for.
Over basil. They want basil. We want basil. We want bagels. We don't want no damn pancakes. We want bagels. We don't want no pancakes. We want bagels. God damn it.
Yeah, I was fuck up. Hey yo, we're talking about a city that, as far as I'm still aware, that still does a mic on Sundays at what looks like a Lost Boys hideout out there at the. You know what I'm talking about?
He talking about Smith's old bar.
Not the old bar. It's like skateboard ramps and shit. I can't remember.
Oh, you talking about the bonfire? You talking about the bonfire?
Yeah, the bonfire. Yeah. Yeah.
They do a freaking comedy show at a honeycomb hideout, bro. It's literally like it's great. This shit's crazy. And I, in Atlanta, witnessed my very first bum fight Real bum fight. I don't mean two bums that was nigga, it's in my corner. No, nigga, they had a ring. They tickets. They put two bums in a ring and told them whichever one win gets the rock. And these niggas beat the shit out of each other. And we paid and watched and laughed and smoked, and it was a merry good time. This is the city that the World Cup is coming to. I cannot wait to see how Atlanta capitalizes, because niggas gonna figure out a way to market. It's gonna be niggas out there like, hey, Mbappe, hey, Ronaldo, Messi shirts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they got the shirt. Hey, no, the Water Boys.
Ooh,
the Water Boys finna clean up.
Peachtree niggas, shit, yes, they gonna dominate, bro. So good.
The Water Boys finna clean up. The car break-ins are about to be staggering.
Yeah.
You don't think that they gonna up? They got a whole new, like the mayor and everything. They gonna up the police. They gonna definitely increase the police pressure.
Ain't no red dogs. Ain't no red dogs for soccer fans, bro. Like that's how. Like when the Olympics came in, Atlanta PD, they sent out the red dogs to clean up the hood and everything, all those neighborhoods surrounding the upper south side, right there around AAC and everything like that. Everywhere where the Olympic Village is, they had a lot of crime and a lot of drug dealing, a lot of projects over there. They tore all the projects down and pushed all the criminals out of the lower inner city.
That crime also they got the Olympic Village where the players are staying and practicing at. It's in Fayetteville. It's a long way from Atlanta in traffic. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
85 and 285. Oh yeah, that's a problem.
See, they're gonna have them official Olympic vehicles. You know what I'm saying? Mercedes probably gonna get them some Sprinter. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a Mercedes plant down there in Atlanta. So they gonna but that 285 traffic is not no bitch. It's not gonna get over for nobody. Ain't like it's gonna be no special lane that they gonna cut down the middle of the highway.
Oh yeah, I seen an ambulance just kick back.
Oh nigga, I just thought about them potholes. Them potholes and that Atlanta traffic. Atlanta traffic is already a nightmare. But when the World Cup come,
let me ask y'all this, fellas. If the World Cup, as it will, comes to Atlanta, dominates, and has success, do we leave Atlanta with a newfound sparked interest in FIFA?
Hell no.
No? Nobody. Do black people just detach themselves from soccer? Not like baseball, I think is different. There was interest, and then it was usurped through integration. Soccer, I feel like we never really, you know what I'm saying, except unless you from Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? Like we never really.
Atlanta has a big soccer following before the immigrants got deported. But when the immigrants were here, Atlanta did have a big soccer following. They did pack the stadium when they played.
Black soccer following?
Not so much black, but we had a lot of we had a lot of Hispanics that live here now, and they were following it. Yeah.
Huge Hispanic following in Atlanta. There's a lot of Mexicans, a lot of different ethnicities when it comes to.
We got Africans, we got Indians. We got a lot of foreigners in Atlanta also. So they follow soccer real big.
And they and if they follow soccer like that, that means that they already are fans of whatever their home country is. So if you see an uptick in soccer, it wouldn't translate into any American soccer fandom or support. So it's just gonna be like, go ahead.
I'll just say, so my question is, will we leave with more black support? What I'm hearing is no. Last follow-up question to that is there anything soccer can do to garner interest from the black community in America, or is it a foregone conclusion that that's just not shit that we do?
No, they got to just start putting highlight tapes of niggas getting shook out they cleats. Like the And One mixtape brought back the resurgence of the ball handler.
Ooh.
So like in the 90s, you went to the NBA if you was 6'7" or bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like you was damn near a shoe in the league if you was at least 6'7", because the league at the time was big man heavy. Everybody was like, you got to get an answer for Shaq, and then you got the other cats that were all giants in the league. And then the N1 mixtape came out where it showed a whole bunch of niggas that could dribble really well. They could dribble and they could dunk really well. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing small guards come back. So it's like the league is determined by whatever the kids are into. And whatever the kids are into is determined by whatever the streets are doing.
What the fuck? Yo, hold on. Yo. Nigga, that look like some Men in Black shit. Yo, is this a picture?
Y'all retarded.
What the fuck? Yo, this nigga Solos. Oh man, I didn't know y'all were roommates.
Oh, so he over Bo P house eating wet grit.
What the fuck going on, bruh? Yo,
I thought that was cereal. If he had Bo P house, that's grits and milk. His ass over there eating
grits and milk. Nah, that ain't. Come on, Solo. Damn, bro, Solo. Was it your house that was on fire the last week, or
that nigga just showed up like a blue man?
Bo P country, man. Look, Solo probably staying at an Airbnb 2 houses down, but Bo P garage be up, so he just be walking in like that neighbor on the TV show. He just let himself in.
Solo just bro man 5th floor on Bo P.
Walked in like Walona on that nigga shit.
Looking for some jello ass nigga.
Grady off Sample the Sun that nigga.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Go ahead, Mark. Ron, I was gonna say something.
I want to talk about black women again, and their love for us. See, black women, that's another reason why the league did what they did, because they didn't do what they did to Shedeur. They did that shit to Dion.
Yeah, we said that. Yeah.
So Shedeur was just collateral damage. Dion said a few times out loud, "There's a couple places my son just not gonna go."
Mm-hmm.
And then that turned into wherever he can go, we just gonna thank God for that. So the humility came in with Dion. All the issues that they claimed that he had were all just bullshit excuses. The same bullshit excuses a woman will give you when she's just not that into you. Oh, babe, can we go out? You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know. I might be busy Thursday. Well, what about Friday? I'm washing my hair. Well, what about Saturday? I'm babysitting. What about Sunday? I'm gonna be at the church folding programs. Well, what about next Monday? You know, so she letting you know without letting you know that she don't really fuck with you like that. Dion, when the last time you seen Dion with a black woman on his arm?
His wife ain't right. His wife ain't black.
He's not married.
He's not married anymore.
He's not married, and his ex-wife's name is Pilar. That's not a black name, cuz.
So you're saying he wasn't picked in the draft
because his daddy does Shannon Sharp tendencies.
Come on. I knew I wasn't gonna have to spell it all the way out for you intelligent black men.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
When in the last, Dion has been famous for the last 30 years since his divorce. When have you seen him A, with a woman, and B, with a black woman? So he can talk about God, he could talk about manhood, he could talk about family, but when you're talking about the American image, it also includes marriage.
True. Well, these are good points. You got
to remember, who is daughter baby daddy?
Who is his daughter's baby daddy?
Oh, the rapper.
Who is it? Tell me. Enlighten me, folk.
Google that. Google who Shedeur Sanders' baby daddy is.
The rapper. What's his name? Yeah.
He a rapper.
Okay. All right. Well, look.
On top of that, so this is a family that's mired in issue. And the issue was always swept under the rug thanks to stardom. But the thing with stardom is stardom relies on a certain amount of arrogance and a certain amount of self-reliance. When you got stardom, you can't beat, boy. I see you over there representing. You was at my church. When somebody is being a star, you can't need anybody. It's all cool that you a star until you have your hand out. Then a motherfucker gonna remind you of all of the ways in which you were an asshole toward them. So you got Shiloh. He went undrafted, but he also is ducking a $12 million lawsuit settlement.
Whoa.
You got you got Dion.
Yeah, he filed bankruptcy. He trying to file bankruptcy.
He trying to file bankruptcy. So you
Yeah, he
can't
also
say
paid for money.
I ain't got the money to handle my financial obligations, and at the same time expect God to pass you a blessing like allowing you to become one of the 1% of the 1%.
Isn't he already? I mean, by proxy, with being Dion's son. I mean, and also
being Dion's son doesn't financially indemnify him from his obligations. He's claiming that he don't have his own money, so that's why he doesn't have to pay the lawsuit. But he's also being able to live successfully because of who his brothers and daddy is. So it's like, oh, well, I can live the life of a millionaire while also claiming to be dirt poor. And that will allow me to.
That's the thing. That's a real thing.
Exactly. And it's a real piece of bullshit. Because, okay, well, let me explain it to you. When you have done something that has changed the life of your victim forever, the person that sued him has had to have 18 surgeries on their neck and spine just so that they can have a basic quality of life. And now you out here saying, I deserve the life that only 1% of 1% of the people on the planet get to live.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's I didn't. Speaking out of ignorance, obviously, I don't know all of the details of the suit of the lawsuit.
Then you got Dion Jr., who started Well Off Media on the concept that they were all well off, but was also literally living off of the girl he was dating until his shit took off. And then once your shit took off, now all of a sudden you single, you rich, you popping. So there's a lot of skeletons in the closet that have to be answered to. People have always had their own reservations and shit about Dion from the time that you got to remember, I'm from Dallas, where he started all of his coaching careers and all of these things. Did anybody see that at Shedeur's draft, somebody gifted him $1 million in cash inside of 2 Louis briefcases?
Is that hello? Can we fact check this? Ty, Solo, Bo P. Anybody? Can anybody fact check?
Ty, you didn't see that?
Nah, I didn't see it, but I can fact check it.
Yeah, go on. Matter of fact, go on Dion Jr.'s Twitter account, because he said, wait a minute, tell the story right, because the reports was it was $100,000. He said, tell the story right. It was $1 million and it was a gift. Like a gift. Who the hell says congratulations? Here go $1 million.
I like
happy birthday.
Please.
Happy birthday. Here $1 million. Congratulations on making millions. Here goes $1 million.
Let me tell you something too. They love to sensationalize players who come from broken homes, or like Travis Hunter, his father, let him out of jail. Not out of jail, but let him come to the draft because his daddy was in prison. They talk about that. Cam Ward, they talk about how his mother and father was in his life since he was a kid. They come to all his games. But when it came to Shedeur Sanders, because he is Shedeur Sanders, and it makes it seem like we don't need nobody help but ours.
Mm-hmm.
Our family is that tight. They didn't like that fact, but they'll talk about all the other players who had, bad coming up the wrong way, all of that. But when it came to a guy who lived right, talks about God, kids are rich, he's rich, they doing well, That is not sensationalized.
And that is not the position that they want a black person to enter into this league with. Number one, as a black person, you got to be very happy to be here. So you got to they need that rags to riches. I'm finna give my mama a house. We getting up out the projects type story. That's the only narrative that they interested in telling and selling. Kind of like how none of us knew Patrick Mahomes had a daddy until this nigga was about to win his second Super Bowl. Then all of a sudden it was like, no, he got a daddy, and his daddy active as fuck in his life.
Right. Exactly.
Nobody knew who Jalen Hurts' father was until he won the fucking Super Bowl.
Right.
And it was like, oh, you got a daddy? Yes, I have a daddy, nigga.
Yeah.
They never showed us Cam Newton's father.
And guess what happened? Ryan Clark's son made it. Ryan Clark, he an ex-football player. His son made it. It ain't sensationalized. It ain't talked about that much.
It's true. Yeah, the one that played for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You talking about Ryan Clark from the pivot? Ryan Clark from the Steelers?
Yeah. His son got drafted to, I think it's to Tampa Bay. I think.
I think that is a theme that you hit on, Bo P, that's so true that isn't spoken about as much, and that is the concept of black men passing on their legacy to their sons, but being overlooked because their fathers did something, and now they're just kind of casted as nepo babies as opposed to the product of a successful career of the father who's actually involved in their son's life, especially when it pertains to a black man. We consider and talk about, like you talked about the Mannings. We consider and talk about
but I don't like that comparison, Vince. I don't like that. Because Arch Manning never got out there and was like, Peyton the coldest motherfucker to ever throw a football. He colder than half the niggas in the league right now, like LeBron did.
But he was very, very forceful in the path that they chose with regard.
But he was quiet about it.
Was he?
Yeah, the only people who knew were people who worked in football. The media didn't know. He wasn't sitting on motherfucking Tamron Hall couch talking about what the fuck he gonna do in the league. He wasn't going on motherfucking first thing in the morning talking about where his son is and ain't gonna play. What did they talk about the whole time? Every time this man fell in the draft, people were saying maybe they don't want to have to deal with Dion on the sideline being a distraction.
This is true. Some people were saying that, but I mean, look, distractions come in the game of football. I mean,
but it's the sword, bro. The same sword you live by is the one you got to die by. Shedeur became famous based off his father's fame. Dion went to Jackson State. Why do he have a kitchen knife?
I do not know what. And he's going and he's walking.
Bo P, turn around. Bo P, turn around.
What the fuck are we doing right now, bro? He's making a Tyler Perry Madea movie right now.
Oh
he's
my god!
With the knife, he's making Scream 3 Atlanta. Calm that shit down, bro. We don't need all that.
So you got something you need to say, brother? Go ahead, get it off your chest,
man. Go ahead, say it, man.
You holding knives up and shit.
Hey, what's up, bro? Right?
Hey man, I'm about to get up out of here. I was just trying to remind.
You ain't got nowhere to fucking go. You at Bo P house. Shut your ass up.
I gotta go. I'm leaving at 12, but I want to mention something before I get out.
Oh man, you ain't gonna take a part in this next conversation, bro. I know you gotta give your
well, go ahead, Solo.
If you gonna leave, that's fine. But I know you want to end on this next convo.
We better not see you in Bo P frame after you log out, neither.
Well, he gotta go too. He will.
Let me go ahead.
Oh, they got a brunch date. My bad. I didn't know we was fucking up y'all afternoon plans, guys.
You got shit to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, since y'all gotta go, since Black Ron didn't get this question, but y'all did. I want to see if we can come to a consensus at least before y'all leave. So can y'all maybe tell me? All right, let me ask you this, Black Ron. All right, Black Ron, could you? All right, if you put a gorilla, 400-pound gorilla from the wild, up against 100 niggas Who wins that fight, Black Ron?
100 niggas.
Oh,
Black
really?
Ron is a silverback. He's a silverback himself, so he knows this.
See, y'all all basing it off of and 83 of them gonna be ahead of me. See, it's everybody who pitches this scenario got a bitch ass mindset. If me and 9 other hell bent men got immobilizing this gorilla in our mind, his ass is gonna be immobilized. How many of us does it take to get on each appendage and just hold that side down? I got his leg. Nigga, me and the other 3 dudes, our only job is to hold his leg. And you got 3 other niggas got the other leg. 3 other niggas got one arm. 3 other niggas got the other arm. Man, that leave 80 niggas to come take turns stomping his ass out. We can whoop that nigga with flip-flops on.
Oh my God. Now we're not talking about Kimbo.
A 400-pound gorilla is only as
baby.
strong as 6 men.
A 400-pound gorilla is a baby. A grown gorilla weighs 4,000 pounds. Let's get that straight. First of all, a 400-pound gorilla is a baby.
No, it don't, Bo P. No, it don't.
Average gorilla weighs about 4,000 pounds, man.
No, man. The largest land mammal is an elephant. The second of which is a rhinoceros. A gorilla is very low on the weight scale. The average male gorilla is about 800 pounds.
Oh wow. Damn, see, Ron came through with the Animal Planet.
And why y'all even put Ron in this shit? You know he educated on the craziest shit.
That's right. But I'm
So
saying,
you
like,
talking about 100 niggas can't take down one animal?
I mean, I think that there are more questions to be asked. Like, my first question is, all right, where are these niggas from? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it ain't where you from, it's where you at. And where they at is in the jungle with one.
Nigga, if you tell me 100 niggas from Portland, you know, or maybe Saskatchewan, Canada.
Man, 100 people can take down anything that bleeds.
Oh no.
Well, I correct myself. You're right. The gorilla weighs about 500 pounds, biggest 600 pounds. But they said the gorilla is one gorilla is 20 times as strong as as strong as 20 men. One gorilla is strong as 20 men.
What you don't see is some gorilla walking around trying to suck his stomach in because he's overweight. Because these motherfuckers are like 90% muscle. So this whole notion that, oh yeah, just you get the arm, I get the leg. No, nigga.
That nigga also ain't got no drawers on. His nuts are out and his booty hole is exposed. Can't no nigga beat me with his booty hole out. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
Oh, that means he got 100. He got 100 Atlanta niggas there. That's what it means.
He said it, not me. Yo, I ain't say that shit. Yo,
no, I'm gonna fight that gorilla like a gorilla fight, bro. When monkeys fight each other, the first thing they do is castrate the one they jumping.
Damn, how do you know all this about monkeys, bro?
Bro,
He's a silverback.
They just dropped this chimpanzee documentary not too long ago, bro, where they showed these 2 different troops battling against each other.
Yo, so when I heard this question, I don't automatically say yes. I first say, all right, tell me more about the 100 niggas.
What's the incentive? Because for some money, 100 niggas gonna die. But for some coochie, that gorilla is a goner.
Now, you see them brothers you got over there training? If you had 100 brothers like that, I think sure they could do some damage to a gorilla. But it's according to which one get his head bit off first and his limb tore apart. How many gonna stick around for the fight?
Yeah,
who gonna stick around for the fight?
100 niggas. If it's 100 niggas with spray in their beard and skinny jeans on with side purses slung over their shoulders and shit,
and a hot pink jacket with a bra strap on it. Them type of niggas ain't gonna win.
Yeah. But you give me 100 Nigerian uncles and see when we.
Yo, hold up. All right, so say we're in that 100. All right, they done went out and put out a draft, and niggas got to fight this gorilla. We are amongst the 100 niggas. What's the game plan?
I'm gonna
That
be
mean,
one. I'm gonna be
Vince,
one
Vince, you
on one. I'm
dying.
gonna be one on
Vince,
one. I want.
you dying.
You gonna be
I want to be
1-on-1?
1-on-1. I want to be 1-on-1. I tell you that.
No, it's 100 niggas, bro. You can't be 1-on-1. Ain't no 1-on-1. Ain't
Hell
gonna be on
no.
camera. No, nigga, you up first. You sacrificial. You lived a good life, Bo P. You done. What you was on Comic View? Wasn't you on like Def
That
Jam
ain't
and
got
shit?
shit to do with fighting a gorilla.
It's time.
At
It's time
all.
to let the next generation step up, homeboy. Like, why don't you go ahead, pop,
First
and
of
come
all,
on up, number one.
can all 100 of these niggas fight? Because I
Exactly.
need 100 niggas that can fight. I don't need 100 niggas that punch like they sister. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the niggas that punch with their wrists forward.
But what am I saying though? So let's
Yeah, exactly, bro. Nigga punch wrist first. Like, no, punch like you catching keys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
do we go for the legs first? Do we have two niggas take the arm? Do we trip them? Do we what? How do you even? All right, you know
No,
what?
it's not a boxing match. You kick him in his balls and you remove his eyes. We'll
And then you have
immobilize
a
this
nigga. Then
fucking
you have a
gorilla
nigga
first.
choking the shit out of you. You have a nigga choking the
Right.
shit out of him
Well,
while
now
somebody
that
else holding his
gorilla. Now, have
limbs
you
out.
seen the neck? Have you seen the neck and shoulders on a gorilla?
Hey,
I don't think gonna
hey,
get that
yo,
choking you.
yeah, and listen, let's be very, very clear. A gorilla is actually very agile.
Yes.
It's not just gonna stand there. Secondly,
He's not just gonna stand there.
secondly, one bite from a gorilla is gonna crush whatever body part that he bites is getting crushed. That's done. So and on top of that, their strength, I think they lift like 1,800 pounds. Like so anytime you get close enough to not do you're when you get close, whatever you do to him gotta disarm him immediately. So what I'm telling you is whoever gets close is gonna die. They're gonna die. And what you gotta hope is that he stumbles on their body and y'all can get on top of this motherfucker. Because if you are standing in front of this thing, you are going to die. There's no question about it.
And that's why Ty can't be in my 100 because his scary ass gonna get us fucked up.
No. Let me tell you what Ty. Let me tell you. Look, this is why I asked who are the 100. I need 100 smart niggas with me. I need 100 niggas that realize like this going head on against this is not gonna be the way to go.
Bro, you are locked off in a room with no windows, nigga. The only way to get out is to whoop the gorilla. It's Saul. You wake up. Good morning, Ty. I want to play a game. For years you've been on monkey shit. For years you've been monkeying around. I want to see now how good of a monkey you can be. Inside of the room you are locked in is a tranquilized gorilla who is about to wake up. When the buzzer sounds, you and your 99 co-defendants will have to fight him. Begin.
First of all,
and I'm moving to the back. I'm moving straight to the back. I'm moving straight to the back.
Listen, let me tell you something. This is why I said I need 99 smart niggas with me. Because I'm gonna tell you what my smart mind just heard. I heard he is tranquilized. That's what I heard. Which means if you and the 99 motherfuckers wait for that gorilla to wake up, then all 99 motherfuckers and yourself need to die.
Your handcuff's not gonna come loose until he wake up.
So we got handcuffs. So we do got weapons. So we do got weapons.
Nigga. No, you got the electronic handcuffs, the ones that just gonna go clunk and they just gonna open up. Your ass is chained to the wall with an electric handcuff.
So in that scenario, the smartest thing to do is wait for that motherfucking gorilla to pick somebody in the room because he gonna pick somebody. He gonna rush them. He gonna go grab them. He gonna slam them up.
Got the not me mentality.
Look, you goddamn right. I'm not gonna be the first nigga to go get. Yeah, hell nah, nigga. Hell nah.
That's a very light skinned ass mentality that you have right there, Tyrone.
Goddamn right.
No, see, and that's a very up north mentality. I guess down south. See, down south, bro, you'll fuck around and go to a family reunion where motherfuckers are chasing a pig coated in grease for a good time.
in
You
Georgia.
might go somewhere where motherfuckers are wrestling a cow. Like, have you ever seen calf
They
roping?
wrestle. They wrestle bears.
They wrestle
Who's
bears
they?
and shit, bro. Black
They
folks,
do.
nigga,
When? Where? Where they do that at?
in the country. And then over there where Nikola Jokic and them people from, they wrestle bears too. In
You gotta realize
Siberia and
what you
shit, in
gotta
Russia and
realize
shit.
what kind of bears he talking about too. Now that they talking about
Oh,
black
yeah.
bears,
They
not
not
grizzlies.
teddy bears, motherfucker. They ain't koala bears. They bears, nigga.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean,
You gotta realize what kind of bear it is. What?
Because this nigga looking
How
like
dare you disrespect? How dare you disrespect bears? Like, it don't matter what kind of bear it is. It's a bear. I wish. Imagine being a bear. Imagine being a bear. Imagine being a bear walking through the woods and a nigga like Ty, who ain't got no claws, who teeth ain't sharp, talking about, oh, it ain't like that's a grizzly. Bitch ass nigga, I kill you. I'm a black bear.
Are y'all watching the gorillas fight on the side that Vince putting up? Are y'all watching the gorillas fight? You see how agile?
No punches.
You see how agile they are though? Do you see how agile they are though?
Yes,
ain't no nigga gonna be able to handle that, man.
What?
No,
Man, give me, listen, I'm gonna tell you which 10 groups of niggas I need, and I only need 10 niggas from each of these groups. Give me 10 offensive linemen from Nebraska. Goddamn it, give me 10 of them size motherfuckers. Give me 10 sumo wrestlers from Japan. Give me 10 crackheads with dirty fingernails.
They're gonna poison the motherfucker.
Yeah, I need 10 of them big old Zangief off Street Fighter looking Russians.
Zangief off Street Fighter.
I need 10 ashy footed cab driving Africans.
I'm gonna tell you. I can tell you exactly. I want to revive Kimbo Slice. I put Mike Tyson in that joint. I'm gonna hit up Refrigerator Perry in his prime. I'm looking at I don't know.
Yeah, I need some Nate Newtons or Michael Parsons.
Before Bone Crusher lost his foot, I probably throw Bone Crusher in that bitch. Know what I'm saying?
Shit, no. Bone Crusher ain't never had enough mobility. Hell no. Give me Shaq. Give me Shaq at Orlando. Give me Omari Stoudemire on the Knicks.
I'm putting in Robert. No.
I need Mark Henry.
Rick Mahorn.
I need Rick Mahorn. I need Mark Henry. I need
Booker T from WWF.
Hell no.
That's fake. That's fake.
Hell no. That nigga gonna be over there doing the spinneroonie and shit. Fuck no.
Nah, give me Brock Lesnar.
I want
Brock Lesnar ain't no good neither. He can't throw no fucking punch.
Balls. He be fighting them cows.
No.
Yo, one smack from one of these, just a smack from one of these gorillas.
Give me 10.
Knock you unconscious.
Give me 10 Mexican construction workers with no papers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want Dave Blunts as the first nigga to go up. If he gonna get ate up, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna make him tired and shit. He
is not gonna be tired. He gonna have all that lean in his system from eating Dave up. Now his ass spazzing the fuck out.
That nigga done had a taste for blood, and now he went into a rage. Yo,
right,
man. Look, man.
Dave all tasty and shit, fat ass nigga. Tastes like milkshake and pinkberry and Five Guys cheeseburger.
Ron, hold on a second, Ron. All right, yo, appreciate you being there, man. We're gonna start wrapping up in a second, but my man Solo's been saying he's got to get up out of here, and I know he has a special message that he wants to. That he wants to get out. So let me go ahead and yield the mic to Solo. What's going on, fam bam? Before you gotta go ahead and just talk to us real quick about whatever message you want to give to the people out there, bro.
Past this weekend, we lost a great person in a lot of people's lives in New York City. She was a philanthropist. She did a lot for different communities. She also was my business partner and a very good friend of mine. We lost her to gun violence. in New York City. She was going outside to check on her grandson because she heard some gunshots, and two people were shooting at each other. One struck her in the head, and she died. We will be burying her this Friday in New York City. Among some of the attendants that will be there, who she influenced one way or another in their lives, is Jim Jones, Jadakiss, Self from the radio, DJ Self, Al Sharpton, and also the mayor and myself will be giving tribute to Big Mama Z. Big Mama Z, promoter who brought a lot of comics to comedy in Harlem. She brought a lot of comics to different comedy shows. So I expect to see a lot of comedians out there. I just wanted to take the time out to tell her I love her and we will miss you dearly.
Hey man, that's real, man. Hey,
Yeah.
our condolences. Sorry for your loss. I wasn't fortunate enough to have met her, but as you said, there's a lot of people that were touched by her, and especially for our community, the comedian community, you know, or the field of entertainment. You know, we need all the help we can get because, you know, they like to chew us up, spit us out. So it sucks that she went out like that. And I hope that her family gets the recompense they deserve and that she gets justice. And shout out to, tell me the real quick, tell us the story about how dude turned himself in because Jim Jones did.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of posts. One of the posts that Jim Jones put out told him that he should turn himself in before the streets turn him in, and he did that in 48 hours. The word is that she knew both of the young men who were shooting at each other because it happened in front of her door, and unfortunately, she went outside like the Xena we all know. She will come outside. She'll try to calm the situation, but she didn't get a chance to do that this time. So, yeah, we will truly miss her. But both parties that was in the shooting have been apprehended, and they're now in police custody, and they're doing a full investigation on this situation.
All right. Well, at least that's good news. At least we got that. Because, you know, sometimes those folks get away without any consequences. So glad that this is not one of those instances. Well, I think we go ahead and start wrapping up unless anybody had anything else to say. I do want to share the fact that I just tried to bring up Big Mama on the you know, I looked up Big Mama Z in the Instagrams to try to use maybe one of her pictures, and everything but Big Mama came up in the bitch. I saw this came up, nigga, which I don't know what the fuck this is. Nigga, this shit, nigga, what the fuck?
That's the porn that gorilla look at before he fight 100 niggas.
Yeah.
Nigga, I looked up Big Mama Z, nigga, and this is what comes up when you put in Big Mama Z. I ain't trying to.
I did send you something on her. See, you should have looked in your phone. Looked in your phone because I did send it to you. I'm very smart and own it. I did send you.
You did. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself, Solo.
Yeah. I was trying to, bro. He
there it is.
He was showing monkeys with titties, and I was like,
No, I'm just saying that's what I put in Big Mama Z, and this is like these are not bigs and these are not mamas. Like I don't know.
Well, that last person was a mama. That last person was a mama. That was Krishan.
Yeah, but like well, I'm not sure what all this.
That's Angel Fernandez. I know her tall ass anywhere.
This is Lotto, ain't it?
Lotto.
No, that was Lotto. No, I'm talking about 2 pictures ago. The girl that had the pajama shorts on. That's 6'7" porn star Angel Fernandez.
Oh, she's a porn star?
6'7". Jesus
Christ.
Yeah, that's the one.
She can fight a gorilla.
And the gorilla gonna win, nigga.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Because I only got through 80 of my people. We're going to put 10 strong lesbians up there. Yeah, all of them that's strong enough to fight a nigga. Yeah. Buckle your dick on and come out here.
I would like to nominate old girl from The Wire and to come in to fight that gorilla too. What was her name? I forget.
Snoop? You're talking about Snoop?
Snoop. Yeah, Snoop.
Snoop from The Wire ain't got nothing on old girl from BMF.
Oh, Ty?
Shit.
Which one from BMF?
If that's the case, we can get Queen
Latifah
Latifah.
one from BMF with the gold teeth.
Silly, man. Silly.
The one they killed. The one they killed.
Well, hello, spoiler alert for anybody who was thinking about watching.
Right. Damn, Ty.
Bro, God damn, bro.
I mean,
let's get the fuck up out of here.
I mean, the show only been on for years now.
I mean,
Ty.
Yeah.
This nigga's like, fuck it, yo. So you mean the one that died at the very end of the last scene? I'm like, yo, nigga, hold the fuck up. I guess I don't even watch it then. All right, well, anyway, guys. Ayo, did anybody have anything on the way out? Did anybody go ahead? Bo P, you just saying peace? Okay. Anybody else? Nah, nothing else. All right.
Nah,
not too much on the baseball front. Obviously, there's a lot going on with the NL and all that, but I think we can hold off on that until next week. If anything,
the Cubs are hot. The Cubs are hot.
The Cubs are very hot right now.
The Cubs are hot, and guess what else is hot? White woman coochie. Don't get you none, brother. Keep your money. Keep your money, black man. Keep your money. Goddamn, what's wrong with these niggas?
We gotta have a sharper mind. We need sharper minds.
Agreed.
I'm holding a referendum, goddamn me, for the next 10 years. The only you can't date a white woman if you make more than $40,000 a year.
Well, that was one thing that I did hear about the draft, is that it was nice to see the NFL draftees, most of them, as opposed to in the past, were not standing with their snow bunnies when they did get the
It was a few of them had them. It was a few of them had them.
First of all, I saw a couple niggas with they dibble and dabble on their arm.
I mean, hey, listen.
Or at their table. I mean, the number two draft pick, Mr. Hot Pink Suit, had his dibble dabble with him.
But Black Ron, did you also see how Mama made sure she stood in between his dibble dabble? Like I made sure
she was messing in a motherfucker for that shit.
He was like, look, and for those who didn't pay attention, Mama also let her know this was going down right before it went down. She was like, "Girl, I love it. All right, but this is
she made her stay in a place. She made her stay in a place.
You know, we not finna have another Heisman performance out of you, bitch. Matter of fact, go on, scoot over now, cause here come the camera.
She made her stay in a place.
Yeah. Don't forget how she embarrassed the shit out of Travis at the fucking Heisman's, man. We ain't forgot.
Yo, and this is a little bit of a theme on the way out, because remember, it wasn't but like a couple weeks ago when Jaden Daniels' mom stepped in between him and Juju at the game. So shout out to black moms of sports stars doing they due diligence by making sure that they don't get the snow bunny the snow bunny bite in their first year, even though the Juju thing wasn't a snow bunny thing. But anyway, on the way out, I think that's what it is. Fellas, y'all got anything going on this week y'all want to talk about? I know Black Ron, I know Bo Pete, I know y'all both got shows that y'all probably
I'll talk about it next time. I gotta run. I got a show May 6th. I'll talk about it next time.
All right, cool. So you got a show, they got a show, Black Ron got a show, I got a show, but we got to go evidently right now. So we appreciate each and every last one of y'all who tuned in. Shout out to those that are watching on YouTube, on the Instagrams, as well as the Facebooks and all of that. And we will be back next week with another episode, because we'll play around by that. We'll see what happens. Keep up with us. Follow the the Instagram page. And make sure y'all hit subscribe on the podcast on YouTube. YouTube.com/The Real Vince Taylor under the Stand Up Sports Bar channel. I'm your Vince Taylor. We've been joined by Ty Fricks, Bo Barnes, Solo, and the homie Black Ron. Appreciate each and every last one of you for pulling up. We will be back next week with more live stuff. Stay live, stay dope, stand up. This is the Sports Bar.